Charles and I are so happy to be a part of your World Communion Sunday service. Thanks for letting us be a part.
John asked us to share a few comments and thoughts about food in our community, and so we would like to do that this morning. A couple of months ago, we visited a community school west of Lundazi, and when we arrived, we saw the small first grade age children learning about the different soil types. Even young children are involved in the farming activities of their family's farm. This photo shows a conservation agriculture demonstration plot at the recent Lundazi District Agriculture Expo.
Recently, we visited the CCAP Community School in Coachella. This young woman's name is Rachel, and she's one of the volunteer teachers at the school. They receive no salary for the amazing work that they do. The students are orphans or vulnerable children. Here she's telling us about the results of a gift of seed maize and fertilizer. Through her farming efforts and the gift of seed maize and fertilizer, she will be able to feed her family through the hunger season. Charity, the woman who works for us, didn't have a place to plant a garden, so she asked if she could plant one in our yard. When she saw that the water was running off the beds, she decided to plant maize alongside the beds so as not to waste water, which is a very precious commodity here.
Here in this photo, Dr. Chalingi tells us about the work at Chisefu Model Farm. Maize is typically stored like this in a Zambian home, making it vulnerable to insects and rodents. But storing maize in a metal silo like this helps reduce post-harvest loss.
One of the staple forms of protein here are chickens, and our friend Judith, who is our language helper, is raising broilers.
This photo taken during maize harvest shows farmers selling their crops.
I'm working with the health department here with CCAP, and during our recent visit to the clinic at Ebpc, we saw their small garden. As you can see, it needs a little help. We are hoping to improve the nutrition of the mothers staying at the mother care shelter.
A big part of our work is just being with those that we serve here. We'd like to tell you a little bit about communion at our church in Lundazi. The service is actually a separate service that's held prior to worship. Extra benches are needed to seat everybody during the communion service.
Communion is a much more solemn service than the regular worship service. Here you see them bringing in the elements for communion.
Like communion services everywhere, communion in Lundazi is very special. And we hope one day that you'll be able to join us for communion at our church here in Lundazi. Oh, and just one more thing. Thank you for all of your prayers and support.